Hello, welcome back. This is episode 3 of FootieTalksPod, and you will see that there is no Sam this week. He has to go home to rugby. He's got something on, so he can't make it. So it's just myself and James. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, not so bad. Not too bad. Right, so we have got a list of things to talk about as always. So first of all, I think let's go for our predictions that we made
from last week.
So last week we made some predictions for the Premier League.
I don't know how well they would have gone. To be honest, I'm pretty certain.
So I think I looked at it yesterday. I think overall it was quite good.
Okay.
So
I think I remember a couple of games wrong.
So Leicester Man City, the first game of the weekend.
Yes.
I said Leicester. I sort of was forced into that by you two. You both said City.
Yep.
So obviously scoring that game.
It was 1-0, and it was. I remember watching it, and it took like ages. I mean, when did City score again? 80th minute, Gabriel Jesus. That was it. It was a really late winner. It was one of those where I was expecting City to do like really well and dominate. Just coming off the ban, I thought, they'll be able to play off the park here. Just pure determination. Leicester had different ideas. And
wasn't very convincing.
It wasn't. It was kind of a struggle. I think it was both teams being quite not poor, but. It was like neither of them looked like they should have finished, and it was just very ways for the whole match.
No, Leicester sat back at home. Obviously, it had a couple of VAR decisions that you think were a bit harsh. So, you get a point and Sam gets a point.
Get in there. Win.
I don't know why I started there. I was scrolled too far down. Chelsea v Spurs.
Yes. I'm happy with that. I
said draw, you said Chelsea, Sam said Tottenham.
I was the only one to get it right.
Obviously, so that's two points to you. Burnley Bournemouth. I said Burnley, you said draw, Sam said Burnley.
I don't know why I went draw now.
So I've got a point, Sam's got 2 and you've got 2.
Yep.
Palace Newcastle, we all said Newcastle.
And Palace won.
And Palace won
somehow.
So no points for any of us.
Patrick Van Aanholt returning to his old club.
Yes. Sheffield United Brighton, we also Sheffield United, as we know that was a 1-1 draw, so that's no points again. Southampton Villa.
What was the score on that one? Southampton 2-0.
You said Southampton and Sam said Southampton. I said Villa, so that's 3 to you and Sam, 2 and 1.
Yeah.
1 to me.
Go on.
3-1. We did in Leicester Man City. Man United Watford. We all said Man United.
Man United beat them.
And Man United won. Wolves Norwich. We all said Wolves.
And Wolves went on to win.
And Wolves won. Arsenal Everton. I said Arsenal. You said draw.
I did, and not being funny,
it was
close. Like,
yeah,
it's not the worst.
If they got a draw, you could probably say it was deserved.
Yeah, half time.
Yeah, so I get a point and Sam gets a point. You don't get a point, and obviously Liverpool West Ham. Liverpool West Ham. We also Liverpool. Again, that's another 3-2. So, what does that mean for the scores? So
I have no clue. I think it means that I'm the best.
You got Liverpool, you got Wolves, you got Man United, you got Man City, you got Southampton, and you got Tottenham.
I've got the Spurs game. Yeah, so that's 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got. I might have been looking at the wrong person. Liverpool. You got Arsenal wrong. You got Wolves right. It's 2. Man United is 3. Man City is 4, Southampton is 5, Newcastle is 6, Chelsea is 7.
7 even better.
I think that's 7 out of 10.
Win.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's 6 because the Newcastle Palace
it's
one.
6.
There
right, we'll put.
Remember that. Either way,
we'll put the total results out on Twitter afterwards once we've sorted through it. We also did a poll for our dream team.
Right.
I can tell you the massive 6 total votes.
Wow.
I got 50% of the votes.
Thank you to our listeners.
You got 33, and Sam got 17%.
I don't understand how you was won.
So my team, which I wasn't expecting, won somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah.
You came second.
I think some people just voting on it may have had a thing against Kevin De Bruyne. That's so good. So
maybe. Right. So that is that done. Premier League and Champions League review very quickly. Let's go over it. We've sort of said the results, so no need. Any real shocks?
I don't know. I mean, Well, as we said earlier, the City-Leicester game was a bit close. United smashed Watford out of the park, really. I think it was quite tough for the first about 20-25 minutes. But then big Bruno Fernandes scoring his much-awaited first goal, a penalty.
Yes.
I think every Man United fan kind of had dreams of it being a 40-yard long shot, like rifles into the top corner.
Which is fair.
Yeah. Which I think a penalty's good enough. We'll take it. And then, the Arsenal-Everton game. That was quite a close one, 3-2.
It was. They scored within like 49, 43 seconds, something like that. And I was just like, oh no, here we go again.
It's all going to go wrong.
Came back into it, let them back into it, and then we scored. I thought Saka played well. Again, played brilliantly. Probably, maybe forcing himself into Gareth Southgate's plans. We got the win. Probably against the odds. Potentially, even though it was at the Emirates.
Perhaps,
we're below them in the league. They've done well in terms of shorty.
Does league position matter in this?
Not this season, anyways? Probably not. No.
I mean, Liverpool are top.
Any real shocks? Liverpool left it late against
West
Ham.
I was in the. I was watching it with some of my mates, and there's a couple of Liverpool fans kind of on the table next to me from where we were watching it. And I've never seen a Liverpool fan celebrate a winning goal against a West Ham more in his life. You'd think they'd won the Champions League all over again. And I was like, mate, calm down. It's just West Ham. You should have done it anyways. And I mean, West Ham kind of capitalised on corners and set pieces, which was the only way they were going to do it. You can't play football against that Liverpool side and expect to win in that way, especially when you've got a team like West Ham who could perhaps find themselves in the Championship next year at this rate. I mean,
maybe. I can't see it. They always seem to get themselves out of it.
I know, but their next run of games as well.
They've got horrible run of games.
They're in the middle of it right now, and it's just not going well. I mean, they got Southampton, Arsenal, Wolves, but Spurs, and then Chelsea. And I'm like, you look at that doesn't sound good. That's one win perhaps against Southampton.
That's not. Obviously, the Arsenal game is our next Premier League game. Obviously, we were meant to play Man City this weekend, but they are in the League Cup final, so that's been rescheduled. Any other real shocks? Newcastle Palace game, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a shock, but either way, I guess both of them are just kind of. It's bad.
Yes.
It's bad. It's both meh teams, and I mean, last week I was listening back to it, and I think I kind of rubbished Palace's chances a bit too strongly, and I perhaps
we might have been a bit harsh on Palace.
Yeah.
We all said Newcastle.
Deservedly so after their New Year form, maybe, but
maybe.
They just really. Yeah. It's a poor match, and a 1-0 win to Palace, I think, is fair enough at the end of the day.
Yeah. Nothing else really that surprising. Everyone, obviously, Wolves dominated Norwich. Man United on the same day, same scoreline, 3-0 against Watford. Generally, obviously James did the best 6 results out of the 10. I think it's probably the best we can hope for. Next week's predictions. We're without Sam, so it's probably a bit harsh. We'll see if we can get him to make his.
Yep, we'll try and get them in at some point. Put one on Twitter.
So, first off, tomorrow, I've got to note this down. So we've got
it's Norwich versus Leicester. Leicester go to, is it Carrow Road?
I don't know. It's taking a long while to load.
I don't know why. Yeah, it's Carrow Road. I don't know why I thought. I was thinking, is that just some other Championship ground that I'm thinking of? What's going on? But yeah, Norwich Leicester. I think Leicester, I find it tough at the minute, especially with Jamie Vardy. I think he's on 7 games without a goal. Brendan Rodgers came out with a really good point in the middle of the week. That was if you look at Firmino, he doesn't score every single game, yet he's the striker in the best team in the league, because what he does is he creates chances for other teams. And Liverpool fans will defend that till the end of the earth. If you bring up, say, Vardy's better than Firmino, or even a hot take, which is wrong, but it's a hot take, Tony Marshall's better than Firmino. You show them the stats, and they go, yeah, but he's not a striker, he's a defensive forward. He's meant to create play. And I think Rodgers was kind of pointing out that Vardy's been kind of pinholed into being this goal-scoring machine, but I think he can do other parts of the game. He can help set up his teammates. You see the wingers being involved more and more in Leicester's play. And Vardy really does just add to that part of the game.
What are you going for then?
I'd probably say Leicester win. I think Norwich are going to find it difficult. I'm going to say... Does Pookie score? No, 2-0. 2-0 Leicester.
I don't know with this one. I think
Really?
Leicester haven't been on the greatest run of form, and I think it'd be Leicester or Norwich, and Leicester or draw. I don't think Norwich are going to...
I mean, it says a lot when third place this season comes up against 20th and you're like, I'm not sure. That says a lot about this league, but...
They've not had some results against teams lower down than them this season, Leicester. But I think Norwich, where they are, I think it would be Leicester.
Yeah. Next game.
Next game is Brighton Palace, if we're going alphabetical and early kickoff.
Yep. Neil Maupay scored.
Maupay scored!
Congratulations, Neil Maupay.
We said Neil Maupay was a championship at best striker, I think I said.
No.
And
We didn't. It's not we.
I said.
Josh
I think again I was proved wrong in my knowledge.
I like him.
I do like Maupay, but I don't know if he's Premier League level, but he scored.
Maybe not yet, but he's got
I think this one's draw written all over it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's got to be Brighton for me.
Really?
For me, I think I don't know if Maupay's going to be back in the goals again. As you say, it's quite difficult to label him a Premier League quality striker, but it could well still just happen. Like he could get a chance here or there. But I quite like Brighton under Graham Potter. I think Palace, just because they won 1-0 against Newcastle, doesn't mean they're back on it.
No.
And they could just be like one lucky win out of however many. So I reckon they go away to Brighton and they might struggle.
Fair enough. Bournemouth Chelsea.
Chelsea. Do you know what? I really, really want to say Bournemouth upset. Oh yeah, but it's a tough one. It's like, is Tammy still out? I'm not sure.
He did pull up in the warm up.
Yeah. Okay. So Tammy, like losing him is a lot for Chelsea, as we said before. And if Bournemouth can kind of sort out their defence, it's just going to be tough for Chelsea to score completely.
Yeah.
We'll go on to it later, but they didn't perform well against
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich, that's the one. Wrong German team.
Yep.
But they were poor against Manchester United going forward. But then again, they create a lot. So it's a case of, can they just nick one in? Bournemouth going forward can do a job now and then. It depends. Like before last game, I know they didn't score against Burnley, but they scored in their last 3 before that. I think they got a chance. I think draw.
Ooh.
1-0. Why not?
I think Bournemouth have a decent history against Chelsea. I think they beat them 4-0 or 4-1,
Really?
something like that. Last season before.
Yeah, true.
Last season, same season as Chelsea lost 6 against Man City.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
Chelsea have a weird thing of doing that now, don't they? I think Bournemouth have a chance, but it's Chelsea.
I agree. I think
Chelsea at the same time. Be bold.
Draw as well.
Draw.
I think Chelsea will be hurt by the Bayern Munich game, and
I think as well, if that draw does come to fruition, that top 4 race where it opens wide up, and that's so much more fun.
Yeah,
it's wide open already, but be mental.
Newcastle Burnley.
What a game, Titans. I don't know. Burnley, I'd say. You know, I'm gonna back Sam Collins' boys.
Fair.
I think. Well, yeah, Newcastle aren't the best.
Draw.
Oh, do you know what? That actually makes sense. If you put like Steve Bruce against Sean Dyche, you just think boring game.
West Ham Southampton. I could only see this go Southampton's way.
It would say a lot considering West Ham's recent form. That's the case. I don't know. I feel like West Ham, this is their chance to step up, and this is their only real chance in the next few. And I feel like West Ham will know that if they don't take it, then they're kind of screwed. I think if they don't take this chance,
I think they always pull out of it. They were in the same position last year. They started badly, and they always. I think West Ham are a Premier League club. I can't see. There's 3 worse teams in them.
Oh, 100%.
I think Norwich. I think Norwich are down. I think it's going to be hard for Villa.
I think West Ham are a lot of good individuals that have been pieced together in the wrong jigsaw.
West Ham never do transfers the best.
Well. No,
they sign good players, but the players don't gel.
Yeah, because it's like in the summer we look at Seb Haller coming in, you're thinking, Jesus, they got arguably the better of the two Frankfurt forwards for 40 million. How has he gone to West Ham?
I think before that they've signed Anderson. They've signed. I mean, I remember a few years ago they signed Sofiane Feghouli. They signed Gökhan Tor.
They had like a couple of
no one ever. They never seem to fit it in.
No,
but I think that's down to managerial style as well, of different managers.
Yeah, I was going to say if you've got managers like.
I think you look.
No offence to him, but David Moyes.
You look when you had Bilic. It was quite attractive football. They did well. They got to Europa League. They had Payet, sacked Bilic, brought someone else.
They had another Dimitri Payet in the league.
They brought someone else in.
Yep.
That style changed.
Yeah, Pellegrini didn't do well.
Moyes comes in, gets him safe. His contract ends.
Not safe enough.
Pellegrini comes in. They do all right. They sack him.
Yep.
Moyes comes back. It's a bit mismatched.
They're one of those clubs where they never really seem to have. They keep saying they've got a strong idea and a strong philosophy, but they never really seem to have it. And a lot of fans, I think, agree with that.
I think they're like Everton. They have the potential to kick on and do something well and get and establish themselves as a Europa League team.
And they've had the money put in.
I think it's the fans revolt against the owners and can never help a team, even though they psychologically and in the press they say. Yeah, it's not good. I think it does affect them.
Golden Sully aren't the most.
I think especially someone like Mark Noble who cares so much about the club, it would hurt him.
Mark Noble, he's been. I live with a West Ham fan, so I get to hear a fair few opinions about them, and it hurts me when because some of my family are also West Ham fans. This is the first season I've ever heard Mark Noble wanted to be out the club by the fans. Because he's just been so poor, and you put him in midfield with Declan Rice, and it's tough. He just can't keep up to pace with the league anymore. I think that's got to be said. I think a lot of that West Ham side is just they're not the right players, and I don't know. I feel like this game, is there any chance? It's going to call a lot on individual performance, but I think West Ham can do it.
You going for West Ham?
Yeah, West Ham. Why not? Come on, prove me wrong, Hannah.
Just on a note on that. I've met Mark Noble and he is one of the nicest,
100%.
nicest men, nicest people you can ever want to meet.
Be nice one day to meet him. I'm sorry if I just called you rubbish, Mark.
It's sort of like that Kevin Nolan thing. He's such a legend at the club, and I think the pace of the league will finally get the better of you. But I think he can probably still do it for a couple of years. If West Ham go down to the Championship...
if they went down to the Championship, then he'll be able to play at that level.
Rounding off Saturday, Watford, Liverpool, pretty simple. Liverpool.
They're just too good. How they found a way against West Ham? They're 2-1 down.
Fabianski. That's how it happened. Fabianski was dreadful that game.
Yeah, but Liverpool they can find a way against literally anyone, and they will do it again here at Watford. Watford aren't exactly a difficult side to play against nowadays. Going to Vicarage Road. I think it's definitely going to be Liverpool.
Liverpool.
No doubt.
Sunday is Carabao Cup final day, which I think is Man City's. You think they win away at the Bernabeu? You think Wembley against Aston Villa? No offence to Aston Villa, Sam Burnett. Don't kill me.
Offence to Aston Villa.
But I think that's Man City's. We're not going to go into a lot of detail on that as well. Everton Man United. You think last season it was it 3-1, 4-1 to Everton?
Probably something like that. Yeah.
I remember
It rings a bell.
Theo Walcott got a great goal that day.
Oh yes, yeah. Theo just scored, and it's one of those where we just hated ourselves because of course Man United is the only club where Theo Walcott could show that it's like 2010 again and score a goal.
That was an amazing goal.
I don't know. I feel like Manchester United, we're in a weird patch right now where we always are, but we can go into the game and I don't know whether to be confident or not.
I think it depends on what happens tonight. I think you go through to the Europa League, it might take a bit of pressure off you into the next round. You're into the last 16, then you can go anywhere.
Yeah, I feel like if we come off this Bruges match out of it, it's a very hard pill to swallow, especially for the squad. But I think Scott McTominay is close to coming back. I don't know if he's fully fit yet, but I know he's been in and around the squad, and I don't know if he's played. I think he might have. Bruno is looking more and more confident each day. I think if he starts, we're fine. The team is one of those where we just keep moving forward. Tony Marshall's getting into a run of form again, and I'm not saying he's going to replace that Rashford form, but he's getting in a decent spot. I reckon we could do it, but...
Do you think?
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like Everton are always one of those sides that they can turn up on their day, as you saw at the Emirates. Everton can do what they want. But I think, United to win.
I've gone Everton.
Why have you gone Everton?
So
I'm interested.
I think the Arsenal result will hurt them because they played very well.
Yeah.
I think historically, you look back to last season, they took Man United apart. I know it's a different Man United team, but...
Yeah.
And I think the run of games they have... Arsenal last week, Man United this week, Chelsea next week, Liverpool the week after. It's United's 4 horrible games. United's the game that you think, right. Then they play Norwich after the Merseyside derby. And then have Leicester, Spurs, Southampton and Wolves. They don't have an easy...
It's not the most fun.
9 games.
That Spurs game looks a bit easier.
Arsenal included.
And it normally would, but still.
Yeah, I've gone for Everton. I hope they can surprise me.
I'll take it. I think that's fair.
And then finally, the last Premier League game of the weekend is Tottenham versus Wolves at
2 o'clock.
At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yep, and I'm going to say straight out about it. It's Wolves. There is no way Tottenham Hotspur win this match, and I am not going to eat my words. They're not going to have a chance going forward. They don't have the players. I
agree. I think I'm going for Wolves as well.
Yeah, I think Wolves. It's going to be a tough few weeks for Tottenham fans coming at the end of the season.
I think Wolves winning 4-0 in Espanyol last week.
Yep.
Got an easy game of it. They're going to have to lose 5-0.
Even then, Nuno will still... I guess Nuno's still going to play the same team, but, as you say, they don't have to put too much.
They're going to have to lose 5-0 to go straight out and 4-0 extra time. Away against bottom of the league in Spain, I can't see happening.
No, yeah.
That's it. I think, as we mentioned, Carabao Cup, I think pretty straightforward.
It's probably going to be City. Villa could do something. I don't know, Villa could turn up on the cup final day. It would be nice to see.
I want Villa to win.
Yeah.
I think Man City will win.
Mate, imagine if Jack Grealish gets his hand on the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, so...
Amazing.
Interesting. That is our predictions done. We will come back to them next week and we will see how we've done.
When they're inevitably all wrong.
Probably. Champions League, apart from Man City, didn't bode too well again.
No.
For the English teams.
Chelsea against...
Chelsea lost to Bayern Munich.
It wasn't good.
Destroyed by Bayern Munich. Man City did very well at the Bernabeu.
I saw the highlights of the game, and City, I think there was a couple of close calls on the Madrid end of kind of going close to maybe getting ahead, but when you saw the City just going forward, I think you always know in Champions League they're always going to do really well. And was it 1 or 2 penalties? I think it was 2, but I'm not sure.
There was one. Sterling went down, and there was another penalty call that was just outside the box.
Oh, okay. I saw the player went down. I don't know if it was 2 penalties or not, but Ramos got sent off again. What a surprise!
26 career red cards.
That's impressive stat.
That is very impressive.
That's more red cards than some people have goals.
I think Pep masterclass at Bernabeu again.
Yeah.
Straightforward. Yeah. So
the rest of the games. Lyon beat Juventus, which
we all said Juventus easily. We didn't even talk about it, and Lyon pulled out another surprise.
But when you look at Lyon this season, they've not done well. Depay's out with an ACL. It's Jeremy Adelaide. I've probably got his name wrong.
Jeffrey Adelaide.
Yeah.
From Arsenal midfielder.
Yes. Wonder kid. And then they've had problems with the managerial staff, and it's just all gone wrong. But
they pulled it out.
Yeah.
But I think going back to training in 3 weeks' time, I think Juventus have that tie.
Yeah.
So, Shrovetide.
Shrovetide
ended in a draw.
It
this
was,
year.
Yeah.
Last year it was a 1-0 win for the Downwards. You were there.
I was, for a little bit.
Before we go into your story and your enjoyment, shout out to Sam. Couldn't make it today, as we said, but has a very interesting story.
Sam Collins' day.
He lost his phone and his credit card at Shrovetide.
Yep.
Got his phone back.
That moment when he got his phone back, what basically happened was we were all kind of congregated, putting together like our little vox pops and interviews and that. And Sam has been moaning about he's lost his phone, he's lost his bank card he's been moaning about it for at least an hour and a half at this point. He's had a pint, he's calmed himself down, he's alright. We're walking back. Someone gets a call from Sam Collins' number, and he's like, what? He opens it up, this lady saying, do you know whose phone this is? I found this phone. And I've never seen Sam Collins more happy in his entire life. We have to stop the whole bus from going like too early, and we're like, right, Sam, you need to get your phone, son. This is going to be so good. So he's got his phone back, credit card, probably still floating in a river somewhere. If you find it, if he's contactless, give it a go. Maybe don't give it a go.
I think he's cancelled his card. I think that's what it's going to
Good on him.
But
even better.
Other stories. Devon, who we spoke about in the first episode, he lost both of his shoes at Shrovetide.
And he, honestly, I've never seen someone lose their shoes and take it so well. I've never seen someone lose their shoes, but he took it much better than most would. He was living his best life. I think he he almost anticipated it. He had spare trousers, socks, tops, everything. So he was all nice and fresh in his new socks, but then he had to walk home, and that was not fun.
No, I can't imagine that to be very fun. I stayed here, I was doing a newsroom, I put a piece out about what people are saying on social media, plug the podcast, obviously, got to do what you got to do. It was a last minute winner on day 2, equaliser, not winner, my apologies, last minute equaliser on day 2 for Downwards to draw the game. So they've not lost in the last 2 years.
Yeah, didn't one lad get the ball, stuff it under his jumper?
I think someone hit it. Which, when we spoke about this last week,
was against the rules.
Was against the rules.
I hate to say that. Was it the Downers that equalised?
I think so. Yeah.
I hate to say it, Downers, but a bit of fraudulent
behaviour. Maybe.
Maybe. No comment.
No. Yeah.
But it certainly was like.
Was it a good experience? Was it a fun experience?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think when we got there, the ball was basically stuck at like the corner of this field under some hedges and trees and that.
So you did the second shift of the day. You didn't. You
weren't there for so I was there for the first day, and it didn't come out of that field for a good little while. And it was quite fun seeing like the amount of people there. Everyone around Ashbourne it's almost as if what I'm trying to say is it's kind of weird seeing so many people find this normal, and have it as an everyday thing. And I was saying to some of my friends, it's the most northern thing that you could imagine, because there is just
for a southerner. Yeah,
for a southerner,
you can't imagine that. Like,
it's perfect.
Little English towns down south or villages, this would never happen.
It wouldn't.
People would be like frown upon it and be like, "What are these idiots doing?"
It'd be so confusing. The amount of Adidas tracksuits that be running around, but like, everyone was prepared. They had people in wellies. Going in and out. There was kids crossing little rivers to get to where the ball was. It was fantastic. It was really nice seeing so many people like speaking to people that they hadn't kind of met before as well. It's quite like a communal event, and it was really just something lovely to see. Really exciting. Spoke to a few people there, and they all were loving it. I think a couple of the marshals were having a fine time of it as well.
I'm sure.
In their words, if anything goes wrong, technically it's not our problem. Leave that down to the police. So they were having a right old time. And it just seemed to be a really, really nice day out, even though it was a bit cold. And at one point it did start snowing.
Yeah, I saw the snow in the early hours of I think it was Wednesday. And I was like, or Tuesday, whenever it was, I was like, I'm so glad I'm going to be tucked up here. It's going to be fine. Good experience overall.
Yeah.
Go again next year. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I'd say if you can get down there, at least experience it once in your life. I feel like you see it on like TV, or see it on BBC Radio Derby or Story Hub's Twitter accounts, and you kind of go, it looks a bit weird. It looks a bit like not for me. I can just see it from here, and I've kind of got the essence of it. But it's really, really different when you're standing in the middle of a field in a town you've never been to before. Just watching these people try and just get this ball out of some mud, and everyone's covered head to toe in it. It's a totally different experience.
Definitely not my thing.
Go. No.
But I can see why it appeals. So today, Premier League have announced that they are launching a Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, yes.
Sponsored by Budweiser. Please drink responsibly. If you're underage. If you're any age, drink responsibly.
If you're underage, don't drink.
No. So, the Premier League Hall of Fame will have its first 2 editions next month in March. And there's been a lot of talk on Twitter of who these first 2 should be.
I think there's a couple of easy ones that you got to say.
So, I've been thinking the first 2 I would have would be Thierry Henry and Alan Shearer.
Yes, they were exactly my 2. They were like, I think... Excuse me. If you look at it, I think there's only a couple other people that can maybe be some of the first 2. I think Rooney's got a shout, but even then I think I'd have Henry over Rooney.
Yes.
Which I think is a bit debatable, in a way. I don't know. I feel like Henry over Rooney, because Rooney was a massive part of just the whole Manchester United project. But I don't know, I feel like Henry is just a different level of player. And if you think of the Premier League and the best of the Premier League, he's the player you immediately think of, and you think of him scoring absolute worldies week in, week out, leading your invincible side. His record's soon to be beaten, cannot wait.
I don't think it will.
I think it probably will. But oh well. But yeah, and then Shearer, top goal scorer of the Premier League history, he's got to have it. If it's not him, it makes no sense. Because you can't just have a top goal scorer of the league and go, yeah, he's good, but he's not good enough for a Hall of Fame. Like, what?
But I think there will be a point where he will be inducted.
I feel like it's a good start, though. I feel like everyone can get behind Shearer. You can't really disagree with Shearer being in it.
No, I think that's fair.
Yeah. But I think there's a lot of decent players that could get it down the line. Is there anyone playing right now that you think could make it in?
Into the first 2? Or just
maybe
in general?
Not the first 2, but in general.
In general, currently playing?
Currently playing.
Ooh. What, in the Premier League?
Could play anywhere right now, but
I think
as long as they
Company.
play. Vincent Company would be a shout.
For what he did.
I feel like he personifies that Man City kind of the start and going on for that. And you think of that first Premier League title, you think of Company, you think of Aguero, who could maybe make it in at some point. I think if he's not going to get a Player of the Year, he's got to get at least a place in the Hall of Fame.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's the least he deserves. He's been fantastic for City. There is no way that he's not. I think there's been no better striker in this kind of period than Aguero. Actually, I might take that back for some of it. I think Harry Kane could make it in after another few years or so, as long as he stays injury free.
Did you hear what Arteta said about Harry Kane?
Yes.
So he was being interviewed, and he was asked by a journalist about Aubameyang.
Yeah.
And can Aubameyang be classed as world class
without winning trophies?
Without winning regular titles.
Yeah.
And he said, the journalist said, all other world class strikers have trophies. As I said, what about Harry Kane? He scores 30 goals a season, but he's never won the league. Which I thought...
Which he's not wrong, but...
He's not wrong. Which I think was very funny.
Yeah, and I think Kane will make it in at some point. Someone I want to see in. I want to see Jamie Vardy get in there. Jamie Vardy's got to be in Hall of Fame.
I think I think Jamie Vardy, Mahrez, Kante and Drinkwater, one of them for what they did for that Leicester team.
Yeah, does Kante have a stronger shout, I think? Because he has that league title with Chelsea.
I think Kante with 2 league titles went under the radar a bit.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Kante for me out of those 4. Definitely not Drinkwater. Although his Chelsea stint was marvellous. Well done, Danny.
He did so well at Leicester though that season. He did so well.
Yeah. He was impressive, but I feel like next to Kante in the midfield, that's going to work really, really well with the form that he was in. I feel like Kante's got to make it in for me. Those 4. Riyad Mahrez has a chance, but I don't know. I was watching him and
it's been overshadowed a bit by his move to City, I think.
Yeah, and his move to City, against Leicester, he was getting booed, and it made me think of the days when he was in his prime. He was so good to watch. He was so much fun, and now he's a good winger. But I think he's one of those players that I preferred as the star of his side.
So I think an interesting point is that you must be retired.
Yep.
Fair enough. And only your Premier League career is considered.
Yeah, which makes sense, I guess.
So, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
Was a quality player when he was at Man United.
I mean, quality is an understatement, isn't it?
He was beyond world class when he was at Man United.
Yep.
He took that step up at Real Madrid.
Yep. But he still gets in.
Do you think?
100%.
Do you think people would disagree? Do you think people would be like...
He won a Ballon d'Or at Manchester United, didn't he? There is no way you don't.
I think he probably does get in. But I think
honestly, Ronaldo has a chance of being the first two as well.
He's not retired.
Oh, not retired, sorry. But when he does retire, he's like straight in there, 100%. He'd be in the Hall of Fame with literally any league he plays.
I think he should be. We have to reiterate, this is not the only English Hall of Fame for English football.
Yeah.
There is another one, but this is a Premier League one exclusively.
Yeah, Premier League. So it's in like starting from 99.
So
Premier League.
It says that a place in the Premier League Hall of Fame, I've lost it. A place in the Premier League Hall of Fame is reserved for the very best. It will be an occasion for our fans around the world to look back over the years and help us celebrate some truly exceptional playing careers. Each inductee will receive a personal medallion engraved with the year of their induction.
Right, well...
For recognising players of exceptional skill and talent from home or abroad.
Okay, well, I do think that it would be quite nice if for the Hall of Fame, I feel like obviously you've got to respect the careers and that, but it'd be quite nice to see, I want like a B-Tech Hall of Fame, but it's for players who had kind of a moment or a season where they were world class and everything. I want to see Hatem Ben Arfa. Put Adel Taarabt in there.
Ooh, that season at QPR he had,
he's crazy.
Geez, he was good.
Now.
There are some players I was just like, I was scared of facing as an Arsenal fan.
Yep.
Who I don't think will get in. Someone like Dirk Kuyt.
Yeah.
Like Dirk Kuyt, I don't think would get into this Hall of...
I feel like Dirk Kuyt's someone to get in about 2030 when they're trying to scrummage through like the early 2000s or like the late 2000s players, and they're like, we need someone for this year.
I think the first two's a hard one, but I think you end up having Owen, Gerrard, Lampard, Giggs, Scholes.
Yeah, they'll all be in there.
They'll all be in there. Beckham will be in there.
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand, Terry. I think we'll all end up being in there.
All the classics, all the stalwarts.
But I think the first two, Henry and Shearer.
Henry and Shearer for me.
We did see something. I did see something. Someone on our course.
Yep.
Mr. Brad Cox.
Yep. Fantastic journalist. Go follow him on Twitter.
Had link in the description as always. I think said that he would have Ryan Giggs in his first two.
Which I think is respectable because I think he's got the most Premier League appearances, I believe. So it's kind of one of those where you got to look at the longevity of his career and the quality, and he was fantastic, Giggsy, and I feel like that makes sense.
So he said, obviously he's a Man United fan. He is, take it with a pinch of salt. Yeah. He said Ronaldo, Rooney, Giggs, Scholes, Gary Neville, Van der Sar, Evra, Vidic, Ferdinand, Berbatov, Ji-sung Park. That's all.
I mean, I think only one of those is debatable, and even then it's like, oh, does Ji-sung Park get in?
I think Berbatov's a shout, you know.
I love Berbatov. He's definitely getting in at some point. Give him a couple of years and he'll be in there.
I think the players you would expect will go in.
Yeah, well, are they doing it through fan vote, some of it?
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to find that out.
Because fan vote, if it is, what that worries me about is there's going to be players that
I think
people want.
I think it's got to be a panel.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like...
I think the Premier League exec will launch a panel and it would be...
Yeah.
It would be something like that.
Players now that are playing still, like, they could get in. Even though he didn't have a long career in the Premier League, could Luis Suarez make his way in?
Yes.
Yeah? Just for that one season alone? What, for achieving second place?
Fan vote, here we go. I think that's supposed to shout, I think. They should have won the league that year. And even though they didn't...
But they didn't, so it's fine.
It shouldn't take away from...
They shouldn't.
From his success.
No, obviously it's fantastic, but yeah, I'd probably agree, but still.
So, for fan vote, a short list of nominees will be announced at the same time as the two inductees have been announced on the 19th of March.
Yep.
With fans invited to vote to help select additional former players. So there will be a fan vote.
Okay.
I think that would be probably a shortlist, and then the panel will.
Yeah, I feel like maybe because if it's got a fan vote on it and it's kind of players that define a generation, this Hall of Fame can't be very big, and that kind of worries me because I think you look at the Premier League and I think the fantastic bit about it is the amount of amazing players there are in it and that we've had, and players like Suarez and that. I think Suarez, if he was in the vote, obviously he's not retired, could be voted in. I think Van Persie's got to get in at some point.
That is a shout.
Van Persie's definitely going in.
It hurts to say, but that is a shout.
I mean, is there a player that has won a title more single-handedly than Robin Van Persie? Obviously not at Arsenal.
He's such a quality striker.
Him and Rooney was a partnership and a half for that year.
Yeah, so let us know who you think the first two would be. I think we both agree it would be Henry.
And let us know who your underrated shout is.
Yeah, who's that one you think he should get in, but I'm not sure everyone else will go for it.
100%.
Loads seems to have happened this week in football. Today, Championship clubs have announced, or EFL, Championship clubs have announced that their transfer window in the summer will move as well.
Yep, I think Premier League agreed.
Premier League have announced it. They've agreed it.
Yep.
They'll be back in September. So 5 o'clock on September 1st for the 2020 summer transfer window, and I think this will take place in 2021, maybe. I don't know.
Which makes sense because I feel like all the hype around transfer deadline day is when you've had that first couple of games and you're like,
it's a bit, yeah.
Maybe Odion Igalo can't do it all by himself. We need another forward. And then you have Manchester United go out and sign a old world class striker that is now a bit second rate. I don't know. Who's the perfect awful Manchester United signing? I feel like we'd get Falcao back again. We'd be like, do you know what? Give him a chance. Give him a go.
Higuain.
Oh no. It's going to happen at one point.
I think it's fair. Obviously, other European clubs have a later deadline, so I think
it's only fair. It makes sense.
On the same day, it is fair. So
there was the worry as well of say our deadline passes to sign players, and then some poachers,
like the Braithwaite situation.
Yep.
But then Barcelona in the transfer window, they can be like, oh, Lacazette, Aubameyang. Here we go. We'll just
Thank
take
God,
you.
if only. This time you'll get 10th, but actually deserve it.
So there's that.
Yep.
FA have announced that heading for under 12s in football is now illegal.
Illegal. If you're seen doing it under the age of 12, you'll be arrested.
I understand it. I do understand it.
Look.
Because Alan Shearer obviously made a very powerful documentary, but I think
I hate to be one of those people.
But I don't agree
understand
with
it, but I also, I mean, it's a tough one because in a way I'm kind of like, for health and safety, it's been proven that it shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So don't let it happen. But at the same time, I think there's a restriction between the age of 13 and 16 or something, where players can only have a certain amount of headers per training session.
Yes.
Which is a bit confusing to me because, not being funny, you can't.
Sky News. Coronavirus.
Wow. No, but when the if you're in a game in a match situation training session, and someone's putting crosses in, you're not going to miss a header because you're like, well, I've had my maximum for today. I've had one of my 5 day already. Yeah. Oh, can't I go for that header? Players also, as children, as someone who's coached youth teams, kids will just throw the ball in the air to head them anyways, and they'll get themselves getting kids trying to cross them into header. I mean, it's difficult because some kids can't get those crosses perfect, so it kind of reduces the chance of a header. And you don't see too many in kids football anyways. But it's something that kids love to do because you don't see a headed goal so often in youth football, and when it does go in, it's something different. It's something good to see, and the kids all love it. But I also understand that it's something to be mindful of now. How easy it will be to implement, I don't know.
One of my friends from back home, massive Chelsea fan, massive John Terry fan, said that it would, and I understand what he meant. He said it will take a generation of John Terrys out of the game. In terms of, those bullet headers, and that's what Terry was sort of known for. And he wasn't. He didn't mean it literally. But the idea of it is true. There's less heading now in the game. If you now stop or limit and restrict the amount of headers that you can do, then people aren't going to head the ball.
I feel like it's the Premier League trying to implement their own keep the ball under head height rule for like.
But I think it's the FA. It's not.
The FA. Yeah.
But you think if English football are banning it and other countries aren't, are we at a disadvantage?
But does it force us to work on other parts of our game? With the FA youth development model at the minute, it's kind of focused on more technical play and kind of skill-based games up to a certain age, and then you move on to match practice. And I feel like
we're not a tiki-taka football nation.
Do we want to be like?
No, I don't think that's English football. I don't think English football fans don't want to see all less nice, intricate for the national team.
I don't know. I feel like we do want to see it. If we could,
you think the country scored at the World Cup? So Harry Kane, Harry Maguire, bang,
right,
bullet header.
So you'd rather us win the World Cup by playing Route 1 football than win the World Cup better than that Spain
I didn't say Route 1, but I meant
that's what it is though. It's Route 1 or tiki taka.
You can play nice football. You don't have to play like.
No, I don't know. I feel like heading's a skill that kids will pick up at a later age as well. But I don't think it means. It's not as if they're banning us from using our left foot, and that means we lose a whole generation of footballers who aren't two-footed.
It's a fair point.
And I think with the way that the English model has already been implemented on coaching courses and that, people want to play better football from youth levels.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, would we see a problem in a few years' time? I don't know if we will. I don't know. I feel like
I think it might affect something. I think when we get a new generation of players, I think it would affect it.
Oh, maybe. I still think. I think it's one of those rules that we kind of look back in 20 years' time and we go, wait, what? That's a rule that exists? Because it's one of those that you can't control it.
I think it's something that's there for health and safety reasons.
Yeah.
And obviously, but
yeah,
people can believe and have. The documentary's made on dementia of football and the effects of heading.
It's a fantastic documentary.
But I think that's the case in pro football. I think if you're under 12s and you're playing it for fun with your mates and you have no intention of going pro, it's a bit like
it still has the health side effects, but at the same time, you can't. Plus, as well, if you tell a kid not to do something, they are going to want to be able to do it and want to be able to master it. So it could happen, it could not. But I think it's worth a go from the FA. It might see us create more technically gifted players, which
it's worth a trial. Something interesting. So for the Lionesses, next month or next week even is the start of the She Believes Cup.
Yes,
England are the holders,
and we'd hope to retain.
They will be flying to America where it's being held this year.
Yep. In
premium economy, rather than chartering a plane like the senior men's and the under-21s teams do.
So as in that,
so
I'm
they're
not very much like a holiday person. So are they boarding a plane with anyone else?
Yes, in premium economy.
Wow. Okay, that's. What? Can the FA not buy or pay for a plane to take them over? Because I would have thought that that's kind of one of those things that if the England side do it, the men's team, that's something that the FA would want to go ahead with.
So they were planning to fly business class, but by the time that American foot soccer confirmed the schedule, there were not enough seats left.
Wow.
So
okay,
because they wanted to fly out together for the squad,
they
have to travel in a lower class.
Jeez. I mean, I think it's quite nice, in a way, right? If you're
giving an under-21s men's team, a private plane.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
You should give the women's senior team a plane.
What I mean is I would love to see the England main team have to fly business class or premium economy class. On a normal plane, rather than be given their own plane, because the women's team should definitely be given their own private plane if other England sides are given it completely. But I feel
if you strip it back completely and you say everyone flies business, then
fun though. Harry Kane definitely doesn't remember his passport.
No,
I mean, Wayne Rooney. Well, not Wayne Rooney.
You'll hear a fly, wouldn't you? Like Harry Maguire gets absolutely
Jamie Vardy reclining his seat.
Yeah, but I think that's completely blown out of order.
It's not nice, is it? It's not good.
No, I think you can't treat...
I mean, not nice doesn't even cover it. I think it's unfair treatment, completely. But I do quite like the idea of international quality footballers kind of having to...
Slum it out, really.
But, well, okay, in my head, and this is where I realise I'm probably wrong now, in my head, I think, international England women's footballers, they're not like they don't know what it's like to be a normal person. But in reality, they probably know what it's like to be a normal person.
Yeah.
It's the men's team that don't know what it's like to be normal people. So maybe, so I think the England women's team probably do deserve, well, not probably, they do deserve to go out on their own plane and have that all sorted by the FA rather than booking it normally through EasyJet.
If the men's team do it as well. I think if the men's team didn't have, then it's fair. But the men's under 21s team have it.
Yeah, and then
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that is
awful.
Absolutely ridiculous. Quickly going back to England, staying with England. I did another poll on Twitter. I did it on my own personal journalism Twitter account this time, and I asked who should England's left backs be at Euro 2020. So I offered the choice. I said Chilwell and Bukayo Saka.
Okay.
Chilwell and Rose.
Yep.
Saka and Rose.
Right.
Or other. Okay. I did ask for comments too on my other. I didn't get any comments.
Okay.
So, 25 votes. 80% said Chilwell and Saka.
Okay.
4% said Chilwell and Rose. 12% said Saka and Rose.
I don't see where they're coming from.
No offence if that was who voted.
Average form, but still.
He's done better than Danny Rose.
Yeah.
And other got 4%. So.
This is where, I don't know.
Let's get your calculator out.
I think.
So 80% of 25 is what?
20.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's 20. So 20 out of 25 said Chilwell and Saka.
Yes.
4% said Chilwell and Rose, which is... One person said Chilwell and Rose. 12% said Saka and Rose, which is 3. And 4%... So one other person said other. I can only presume that's Man United fan wanting Luke Shaw in there.
I don't think any Man United fan wants Luke Shaw anywhere near any football squad anytime soon. I mean... Look, I don't think Brandon Williams gets first team call up. He's played very well this season, but I don't think he's at that level yet. Give him another season, maybe. I would like to say that for left back cover, we shouldn't have one. Just take Chilwell.
Just take Chilwell?
Why do you need Saka? Do you need another left back? I don't think you do.
If we're taking 2 right backs, or 3 right backs, because Walker's probably going to go.
I don't know, because Walker can play centre back if we decide to play that 3 at the back system. So we take Walker, take Trent because he's England's best player,
and
so
Wan-Bissaka will probably go.
Wan-Bissaka, should he go?
If you have Wan-Bissaka, you take Saka. If you take Wan-Bissaka, you take Bukayo Saka. Well, that's a tongue twister. Gosh.
Try saying that 3 times fast. No, I don't know. I would say maybe leave Wan-Bissaka at home. Maybe just take Walker and...
So it's a 23-man squad?
Yes. I feel like you're taking up too many spots with just fullbacks. 23-man
squad, you've got to have... Is it 3 keepers you've got to take?
Yeah, I think so. 23-man squad.
So 20 Anfield players?
And you're taking up 5 of those just for your left back and right back cover.
I think you take two left backs, 2 right backs. And if you take Walker, you play him as centre back. So what's that? 2, 4...
I'm trying to think if there's any other players that could play left back if called upon. I can't really think of any English left-footed left back or left-footed centre backs probably. Tyrone Mings could do a job if we took Tyrone.
Ooh.
Tyrone Mings could do cover because he could do that and he could do centre back, and I think he will go along because of his involvement earlier in the season, and I think it'd be deserved. Vaguely, he's kind of dropped off the hype train in the past few weeks, but I think Mings could do that job. You take Chilwell, you start him, and you take like Kyle Walker for the cover for centre back and right back. Do you need anyone else? Look, Saka's been good, and I'll probably agree he's maybe been the England youth player of the season if you take out Trent.
Would you take Saka over Mings?
No. Mings has made his England debut. He's...
Yeah, but we've got friendlies coming up. We've got Italy.
Yeah,
we've got...
I still think Tyrone Mings could offer...
I like Mings.
2 positions.
But I think he's a left back. Ooh. So can Saka. Saka can go forward.
Yeah, but the last thing we need is more left wingers. We've got like Sancho, we've got Sterling, we've got Rashford.
Rashford's injured. There's no way Rashford deserves to go.
No. Apparently he could be back by the end of the season.
I wouldn't take Rashford.
You wouldn't take Rashford if he's fit.
A fully fit Rashford.
You take. Even
with the full season behind him.
Okay,
a half fit Rashford with half a season.
Understandable.
I think if you take 2 in each position.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, defence is different because you have to effective cover. If you take 2 in terms, we're taking backs away from it. If you take 2 in each position.
Yeah.
I think Saka is the second left back you would take if you had to take a naturally.
If you had to take a natural left back,
left
back, definitely. But I don't know.
I was looking at Rose has had a terrible season, you know.
0
goals, 0 assists, and 15 appearances.
He's only played 15 times. Who's he playing for now?
Newcastle on loan.
He's at Newcastle on loan. That's why I've not heard much about him.
What a
Jesus.
Mm.
I hate to say it because it's like he really has fallen off there.
I'm not just saying Saka because I'm an Arsenal fan.
No. I understand because I think, especially over the past couple of weeks, he's had a lot of recognition for how good he's been, which maybe Brandon Williams should also get. I'd just like to say, I think Saka maybe is better, but Brandon Williams has also been fantastic this year, and he's provided. It's a lot when a kid's come in his first season and provided competition for one of the most expensive defenders of all time. Even though Luke Shaw maybe it shouldn't be that much, but still, I just think Saka's good, but who knows.
So you'd only take one naturally.
I'd take one natural left back and the Tyrone Mings.
Risky. We'll see.
Cool.
Any other business?
Anything
else I can think of?
No, I think that's all.
I can't think of anything. Carabao Cup final. We've spoken about the Premier League. FA Cup is a midweek this week.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I like it.
I don't really like it.
It doesn't feel the same. I don't think it has the hype. I think if you have a Friday night and a Monday night fixture, but it's FA Cup weekend, isn't it? It's not FA Cup Monday to Thursday.
Who really cares anymore?
I don't think anyone cares as they did a few years ago.
I feel like it's only important this year because of that extra European spot. It's become so important now because of City, but it's just, I don't know, I feel like the FA Cup's lost its magic. Will it get it back?
I think if someone interesting wins.
It's not like completely lost it, it's still fantastic, but yeah, still.
So, the FA Cup fixtures just quickly.
Yes.
Monday, excuse me, I've got hiccups. Monday night is Arsenal-Portsmouth.
Yep. I mean...
2 reasons why I want Arsenal to win. A, I'm an Arsenal fan.
B, if you don't.
B, Monday's my birthday. I don't want my birthday ruined again because of Arsenal.
It's one way to celebrate. What a win over massive Portsmouth.
No, but I mean, if you lose a damper on it, we drew with Spurs on my birthday last year at Wembley.
Oh.
Last minute penalty miss, which was
terrible way to have a birthday.
We've had 2011. I think a few days before my birthday, we lost the Carling Cup final to Birmingham.
Oh, that's
not
fun.
We've not been great, so I do hope we win.
I think you stand a chance in this one.
So,
and then after that, Tuesday, it's Chelsea-Liverpool.
Massive game.
You've got Chelsea playing their first team, which is basically their under-23s because people are either injured and they play players like
playing their under-18s, who probably will win.
Yeah, just because they're apparently so good.
After that,
West Brom, Newcastle. West Brom have played well in the Championship.
It's the dud game of the round, isn't it, really?
Trust me, it gets worse than that.
Does it really? I think West Brom will beat Newcastle.
West Brom could beat Newcastle, and I'd like to see that.
I don't want West Brom to come up.
Do you not?
No.
I quite like him.
Don't like West Brom.
Slaven Bilic.
I like Bilic.
Mitro. I love him. Reading, Sheffield United. That's the dud game of the round.
That's more entertaining than Newcastle West Brom.
How?
Because
it's top of the Championship.
You think what Sheffield United have done this season?
Yeah.
It's more like they're more entertaining.
I've said before they have the 6th worst attack in the league or something like that.
I think that's still a more entertaining game.
maybe, but it's Reading as well. At least with like West Brom Newcastle, it's like a title challenging side in the Championship against a Premier League side who can still do something, and they've got exciting players. They've got Ansa Maxman. They've got Joe Linton, who hasn't been great, but he can still manage to do something in an FA Cup game, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Then after that, Spurs against Norwich. It's just another Premier League game, isn't it?
It's just another Premier League game.
Leicester Birmingham. Leicester win it. Boring. Sheffield Wednesday City. City win it. Boring. Derby County Man United.
Derby County win. Boring. No, I don't know. We can't say.
To be honest, it's like
I heard BT Sport. I was watching BT Sport the weekend.
Yes.
For the live game they had, and they were saying, "Oh, we've got these 2 FA Cup games. We've got Arsenal Portsmouth on the Monday night.
Yeah.
And we've got Man United against Wayne Rooney's Derby County." And I'm like,
it's boring. No, because it was Frank Lampard's Derby County last year, wasn't it? And then it was Philip Cocu's Derby County, and now it's Wayne Rooney's Derby County. The whole fixture is going to be one camera focused on Wayne Rooney's movement.
Yeah.
There's going to be goals going in there on the other end, but they won't care because it's not Wayne Rooney. And they're like, oh, but Wayne Rooney's facing his former club. It's just an FA Cup.
They lose 6-0, and it's just still Wayne Rooney. You're the man of the match in the Wayne Rooney derby.
Those types of games where it is former player against former club, I hate them because the focus is on that, and it's like just focus on the football, focus on 2 teams, because like it's much more interesting to look at Derby County, who have struggled in the Championship this season for like the sum of their parts, who have been on a good run of form in January, albeit down to Wayne Rooney probably.
Yes.
Coming up against a Manchester United side who have lost their best player, and they're in contention for European football, but at the same time this might be their only way into it. But if you go, Wayne Rooney faces his former club, it takes so much away from it. There's so much more of a storyline if you look at the actual 2 teams as a whole than just Wayne Rooney.
But I think it's because what Rooney did at Man United. Everyone thinks.
Yeah. And he's a legend for it, but still, I just think focus on it as Derby County versus Man United. It's 10 times more interesting because Wayne Rooney headline, you kind of look at it and go, oh, and that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yep. Did they beat you last season in the cup, or did they beat you? They beat you. No, because they beat. Was it Jose? They beat.
Yeah, we don't talk about it.
Yeah, was it?
That was Frank Lampard. That was
Frank Lampard beat.
It was either Mason Mount or Tom Lawrence. I think it was Tom Lawrence scored a worldie for a free kick from a way out against us.
Was it Wilson? It's Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson scored that mad free kick.
Yeah, he's just mental.
Was that? They beat you at Old Trafford, didn't they?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think it was. I think they've been bad away from home. I think they'll beat you at home. I think they'll beat you.
Nah.
I think Derby will win. Leicester will win. Arsenal will win. Man City will win.
Yeah. Sheffield United against the massive Reading. Sheffield United win.
Sheffield United play Man City. Who is it? Sheffield United.
Sheffield Wednesday are playing Man City. Sheffield United.
Yeah.
They're playing Reading. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's go. Yeah. I think Derby County will beat Man United.
Nah, United.
Yeah, go on. Come on, you Rams. I think that's all.
Yep.
That feels a lot shorter.
It does, but I think that's fine.
Yeah. There's only 2 of us, so.
There we go.
Understandable.
Let us know your Premier League Hall of Fame players.
Who's the first 2 should we put in?
And your outside wild card. Who should be in it? Adults or rats?
And should we only take 1 natural left back to the Euros?
Yes.
Yeah. And let us know who you think will win the FA Cup.
Yep.
Cool. Cheers.
Thank you very much for listening.